Welcome, mystery enthusiasts, to another intriguing episode on Mystery Connections. We are here to unravel some of the most enigmatic mysteries that our world holds. Today, we venture into the unknown, journeying to the far reaches of the Indian Himalayas. As images of stunning landscapes, ancient ruins, and enigmatic locations from around the world fill your screen, brace yourselves for a chilling tale that takes us to the icy heights where an eerie secret lies frozen in time. So sit back and let's dive into the mysteries that await us. Remember, on Mystery Connections, we don't just tell stories. We connect you to the enigmas of the past, the secrets of the present, and the mysteries of the future. Let's begin our journey. Have you ever pondered over the mysteries that our world holds? What if I told you about a remote, frozen lake high in the Indian Himalayas that cradles hundreds of ancient skeletons? Welcome to the enigma of Roopkund Lake, a chilling tale that commences in the icy heights of the Indian Himalayas. Here, in this remote and desolate location, exists a shallow body of water known as Roopkund Lake. It's not its altitude of over 16,000 feet or its harsh, inhospitable surroundings that make this place remarkable. Instead, it's the eerie secret it holds beneath its icy surface. In the 1940s, the isolation of Roopkund Lake was penetrated by a British forest guard who stumbled upon a horrifying sight. When the guard peered into the icy waters, he saw not just the reflection of the surrounding snow-clad peaks, but hundreds of human skeletal remains. An ancient graveyard, undisturbed for centuries, was suddenly revealed to the modern world. Imagine the guard's bewilderment as he stood there at the edge of a frozen lake, surrounded by nothing but the biting cold and the eerie silence, looking into the faces of a forgotten past. An army of skeletons, preserved remarkably well in the cold, dry air, lay scattered around the lake's rim and its icy depths, their empty eye sockets staring into oblivion. The sight must have been as baffling as it was chilling. Roopkund Lake, referred to as Skeleton Lake, is nestled amidst towering peaks and treacherous terrain, far from any human habitation. It's a place of stark beauty and eerie silence, its solitude broken only by the whispering winds and the occasional mountain goat. The area is virtually inaccessible for most parts of the year due to heavy snowfall and landslides. This isolated, frozen lake, high in the mountains, has been cradling its macabre secret for centuries. The discovery of the skeletal remains sparked a slew of questions. Who were these people? What were they doing in such a remote and inhospitable place? And most importantly, how did they die? But who were these people, and how did they end up here? The mystery of Roopkund Lake had just begun. Imagine stumbling upon a frozen lake filled with hundreds of skeletal remains. A chilling sight, isn't it? That's exactly what happened when Roopkund Lake was discovered. Nestled in the remote stretches of the Indian Himalayas, this eerie lake held a grim spectacle that sent shivers down the spines of those who found it. The initial reaction to the discovery was one of shock and bewilderment. Theories began to swirl, with many speculating that the skeletal remains could belong to Japanese soldiers who had lost their way during the tumultuous times of World War II. It was a time in history when the world was at war, and the thought of these unfortunate souls dying in such a remote and hostile environment was a chilling prospect. However, the theory of the Japanese soldiers didn't stand up to scientific scrutiny. In the 1950s, a team of scientists undertook the first comprehensive examination of the site. They were determined to unravel the mystery of Roopkund Lake and the hundreds of skeletons that lay beneath its icy surface. What they found was astounding. Using techniques such as radiocarbon dating, they determined that the skeletal remains dated back to the 9th century CE. This revelation cast doubt on the theory of Japanese soldiers, as it placed the deaths of these individuals around 1,000 years before World War II. This discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It wasn't Japanese soldiers who had met their end at Roopkund Lake. Instead, It was a group of individuals from an era long past. But this revelation only served to deepen the mystery. If they weren't soldiers from recent history, who were they? The riddle deepened. With the soldiers' theory debunked, the scientific community was left grappling with more questions than answers. Over the years, a number of theories have attempted to explain the chilling mystery of Roopkund Lake. One such speculation suggests that the skeletons could belong to a royal procession. The presence of jewelry among the remains lent some credence to this theory, as it was not uncommon for royal entourages to traverse these dangerous terrains. However, the absence of any royal insignia or emblems among the remains casts serious doubts on this hypothesis. Another theory proposes that the victims were perhaps a group of pilgrims en route to a religious shrine. This theory is bolstered by the fact that Roopkund Lake lies along the Nanda Devi Raj Jat Yatra, a religious pilgrimage that occurs once every 12 years. However, the sheer number of skeletons and the violent nature of their deaths seem to contradict this proposition. The third speculation points towards a band of robbers who met an unfortunate end. The notion is that these were marauders who, after raiding a nearby village, were caught in a violent hailstorm and perished. But again, this theory falls short in explaining the presence of women and children among the skeletons. Intriguingly, the local folklore of Uttarakhand offers a different perspective. It tells the tale of a king and queen who, along with their many followers, disrespected the mountain goddess Nanda Devi during their pilgrimage. In her wrath, Nanda Devi is said to have sent down a hailstorm, punishing the disrespectful pilgrims with a death as sudden as it was brutal. The small, round depressions on the skulls of the skeletons seem to support this narrative, suggesting death by hailstones. But with each theory, there are contradictions and gaps that leave us wanting. The royal procession, the band of pilgrims, the robbers, and even the local folklore. None of these theories could satisfactorily explain the mass death at Roopkund Lake. As technology advanced, so did our ability to probe this ancient mystery. In the last few years, a significant leap in understanding has been made thanks to genetic studies. These studies have revealed that the skeletal remains found at Roopkund Lake are not from one homogeneous group, but rather from diverse origins. Some of the skeletons were traced back to the Indian subcontinent, aligning with the local lore of a group of pilgrims caught in a fatal hailstorm. However, the plot thickened when other skeletons were found to have genetic markers linking them to the Mediterranean, with a strong affinity to present-day Crete and Greece. This discovery, quite unexpected, has certainly deepened the mystery. How did individuals from the Mediterranean end up in a remote Himalayan lake in the 9th century? What's even more intriguing is the presence of a third group of individuals with Southeast Asian ancestry among the skeletons. This finding once again muddies the waters. It raises more questions about the circumstances that brought such a diverse group of people together in this remote location. Each of these groups from the Indian subcontinent, the Mediterranean, and Southeast Asia were found to have arrived at different times, spanning a period of over 1,000 years. This further complicates the narrative, suggesting that Roopkund Lake may have been a site of multiple incidents rather than a single catastrophic event. These recent discoveries have transformed our understanding of the Roopkund mystery, but they have also raised new questions. The identities of these individuals, their stories, and the reasons for their journey to this remote lake remain shrouded in mystery. The enigma is far from solved. Each new piece of information seems to add more layers to the puzzle, rather than bringing us closer to a definitive answer. The theories and speculations continue to abound, and the quest for answers persists. Despite the progress, the riddle of Roopkund Lake continues to captivate us. The skeletons of Roopkund Lake, a chilling testament to an event lost in time, continue to perplex us. As we take a step back and contemplate the enigma that is Roopkund, we're reminded of the myriad mysteries that still shroud this eerie lake in the Indian Himalayas. We've journeyed together through the discovery of the skeletal remains, a find that sent a chill down the spines of the locals, and indeed, the world. We've delved into the theories and speculations, each more intriguing than the last. From a doomed pilgrimage to a royal procession caught in a lethal hailstorm to a massacre, the possibilities seem endless, yet none provide a definitive answer. We've also explored the recent discoveries that have only added more layers of complexity to this riddle. The genetic diversity of the remains, the varying time periods they belong to, and the baffling presence of individuals from the Mediterranean region in this remote Himalayan lake. Each new piece of information seems to further entangle the web of mystery. It's a poignant reminder that even with the cutting-edge technology at our disposal, some mysteries continue to elude us. The skeletal remains at Roopkund Lake stand as a testament to our past, a past that refuses to reveal all its secrets. They serve as a humbling reminder that there are some questions that even the most advanced science can't answer. But isn't that the beauty of it all? The enduring allure of the unknown, the thrill of the chase, the quest for knowledge that keeps us going. In the grand scheme of things, these mysteries make our world a more fascinating place, a place full of stories waiting to be unearthed. So as we bid adieu to the skeletons of Roopkund Lake, we leave with more questions than answers. But isn't that what makes a mystery so captivating? The constant yearning for answers, the insatiable curiosity, the endless conjecture. Roopkund Lake, with its silent skeletons, remains a haunting riddle, whispering tales of a forgotten past. What do you think is the story behind this macabre mystery?